Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mariana Shara binti Saful Azhar. I'm from section 15, metric number 1916564. So today my group and I will present about creative thinking and problem solving. Creative problem solving, or called as CPS, is a way of using your creativity to develop new ideas and solutions to problems. The process is based on separating divergent and convergent thinking styles so that you can focus your mind on creating at the first stage and then evaluating at the second stage.
Other that creative thinking is a way of looking at problems from a fresh perspective that suggests unorthodox solutions.
So today in this video we will explain about first the importance of thinking, second the importance of thinking in Islam, third Edward de Bono sixth thinking hat, fourth the acquired skill to be creative thinker. So I'll proceed to my next presenter to explain the importance of thinking.
Next, the importance of creative thinking.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ayemi Hafiz, and today I'm gonna present to you about the importance of thinking. Okay, so there are many importance of thinking, but let me simplify it. Okay, the first one, it is as the tool for gaining knowledge. As we know, there are many ways to acquiring knowledge, such as through thinking, by making observation, and also by reflecting on the signs of God. Okay, the next one, it is to differentiate between the man and other living creatures. As we know that we are the special beings, so Allah has made us the special beings with akal compared to other creations such as animal, plants, and so on. Okay, the last point is to distance ourselves from the mislead and also haram. It is since that we have akal, we could think, we could identify which thing that according to our fitrah and the wahyu, which is Al-Quran and Sunnah, is good and bad for us. Okay, so for example, we know that when we helping our parents, when we make good deeds, it is all the good things. While when we stealing, drinking wine, it is all the bad deeds. Okay, so I think that's all from me. So as a human that has akal, we should use the thinking ability to make more good deeds. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
The concept of thinking in Islam.
Okay, al-aql, which means intellect, derived from the root of akala, which means to be endowed with a reason, possess intelligence, to comprehend, to understand. The intellect in its highest sense is a sublime power which receives the unveiling of pure light. In its lowest sense, it is the power of ordinary reasoning. The aql is lower in rank compared to the qalb, for it is only capable of conceiving the knowledge that comes through man's sense, whereas the qalb has the capacity to receive the divine knowledge and inspired by Allah. In order for the human nafs or self to defeat or reject its lower nature, it needs the light of the aql, which is intellect. The real nature of aql is that it is a spiritual substance by which the rational soul recognizes by distinguish truth from falsehoods, which is al-aqas. Al-aql is synonymous with qalb. The qalb as the seat of knowledge use the aql as an instrument to carry out a certain duties, mainly the comprehensive knowledge that comes through the sense. There are more than 15 thinking styles in Quran, such as inquisitive, visual, objective, positive, reflective, rational, emotional, logical, analogical, metaphorical, conceptual, intuitive, perfect, perceptual, scientific, hypothetical, and wishful thinking style. Some ways that critical thinking can be seen in Islam is through the concept of ijtihad, qiyas, tafakkur, from the verse of Al-Quran and also from the hadith of Prophet Muhammad SAW. What is ijtihad? Ijtihad is literally means striving or exertion. It is defined as the total expenditure of effort by a mujtahid in order to infer with a degree of probability the rules of Sharia from the detailed evidence in the source.
Third, Edward de Bono, Six Thinking Hats and its Practical Implementation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mastura bint Muhammad Rizal. I'm from Group 6. I would like to share about Six Thinking Hat. Six Thinking Hat was created by Dr. Edward de Bono in 1985. Dr. Edward de Bono wrote many books in his entire life, such as Literate Thinking, New Thing, and the 5-Day Course. Six Thinking Hat was written in Literate Thinking books. Six Thinking Hat is a tool for brainstorming and problem solving. It's created to solve the problem of thinking and to solve the decision making problems. It also effective parallel thinking process. Dr. Edward de Bono has used a colored hat to show the difference of thinking. Each hat have their own ways of thinking. They have a blue hat, white hat, red hat, yellow hat, black hat, and green hat. Okay. For the blue hat, it's usually used at the beginning of the meeting and the end of the meeting. It is a managerial and process hat. For the white hat, it's about facts and natural. White is natural hat. And then for the red is intuitive hat. Red hat usually use their emotion to express their feeling. And then for yellow hat, yellow is optimistic hat. Next, for black hat is pessimistic hat and risk hats. And last but not least, green hat. Green hat is creative and innovative hats. Green hat usually give us a positive thing, creative ways to solve the problems. In conclusion, decision making that using the six thinking technique can be sounder and easy. It also helps us to get a good output in the meeting. Thank you.
The acquired skills to be creative thinker and critical thinker.
Assalamualaikum, and now we're going to talk about skills acquired for a creative thinker and a critical thinker. But first, we need to know the meaning of creative thinker and critical thinker. Well, creative thinking is the ability to consider something in a new way, which means like you have a problem and you solve it with a different way, with using your ability. So, because of this, creative thinkers are needed to be analysis, to be open-minded, to be organized, and have communication skills. While critical thinking is the ability to think clearly and rationally, the logical connection between two ideas. Well, critical thinking has been subject much debate through science of the Greek philosopher like Plato, and it's also be continued to be a subject discussion into a modern world, such as the ability to recognize a fake news. And now we are able to talk about skills acquired for creative thinking and critical thinker. Okay, creative thinking skills first. I'm going to talk about top of it. It has 5. I already said about it in the meaning of the creative thinking, which is the analytical, the open-minded, problem-solving, organization, and communication. So, analytical means is you're able to analyze things first, which means you need to analyze the problem that you're going to solve. And then open-minded, which means you are thinking of things no one else think before, which means you are thinking something in a different perspective or in a different way. And third is the problem solving, which you're able to solve important issues. Fourth is organization is being able to structure a plan with action in a clear of goal and deadline. That means you need to have a goal and deadline, and you need to follow all the rules, so you need to be organized. And communication is the strong written and oral skills, which means you are able to listen and you are able to ask the right question. And lastly, we are going to talk skills acquired for a critical thinker. We have also 5 main key points, which is the first thing is the same thing is the analyze, and second thing is the reasoning, and then problem solving, decision making, and evaluating. Okay, the analyze is just the same meaning as before. It's like the able to analyze things first and then gather all the data. Okay, and second is the reasoning. Reasoning is the significant for and logic for synthetic thinking, which you are able to think something and put a reason with a logical thinking. Okay, and then problem solving. You need to brainstorm the solution, so you need to use your brain to solve the problem. Decision making. Decision making is to clarify the purposes and the context of the problem, which means you need to know what's the purposes of your solving that problem and the context of it. And lastly is evaluating, which means the fairness to evaluate consequences, risks, and opportunities. So that means you need to be able, if you do this, if you use this kind of solving, you need to know what is the consequences, what is the risk you're going to take, and what the opportunities that you're going to have. So that's it for the top required skills for creative and critical thinking.
It is the final slide, which conclusion.